Maapusan ako. Badi mo maka
Maapusan daw siya, ma'am.
badi ni makagadan sa ko.
Maapusan daw siya. Ay, grabe.
Igubo na. Gutom.
Busing. May o kang ano. Sigutom ka daw si busing. Tulog ka.
Stress ko ta natang.
Araw-araw mo kang busing. Yan.
Please all stand. Honorable Cecilia Bibelos de Asis, City Vice Mayor and Presiding Officer present. Roll call on the City Councilors. Honorable Hildy Rosales on self-quarantine. Honorable Silito S. Edil Rosario present. Honorable Gregorio Arabunal present. Honorable Mila S. Draqued Arroyo present. Honorable Elmer S. Baldemoro present. Honorable Vidal P. Castillo on self-quarantine. Honorable Salvador M. del Castillo present. Honorable Jose Serrañola present. Honorable Lucebi Perez present. Honorable J.R. Albius present. Honorable Antonio B. Beltran present. Honorable Mary Kylie Francine B. Tripolca present.
Present, Secretary.
Madam Chair, there is a quorum.
The 37th regular session of the 13th Sangguniang Provincial is now called to order.
Prayer.
Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. Dear Lord, as we deliberate in today's session, give us the wisdom to overcome passion. Give us that understanding heart to do away with prejudice. Give us the foresight to know what the future may devise. Give us the courage and strength to seek the truth in what is good. Give us the facility of language that we may be understood. And finally, our Lord, make us worthy public servants of this city. We deeply love and highly honor Naga City, the heart of Bicol. Amen. In the name of the Father, Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Pambansang awit. privilege time.
Anybody would like to avail of the privilege? Time, Honorable Baldemoro.
Thank you, Madam Chairman, my esteemed colleagues, distinguished guests, friends from media, fellow workers in the city government, mga namumutan kong Nagenyo, mga kapwa ko nangangataman sa kaakian. Ubos kung ubos, gabos kung gabos. Ini ang pulisiya, kang lokal na gobyerno kang Naga, sa pangingenot kang satuyang alkalde, Nelson Ligacion. 5 kilo ninbagas kada tao sa kada harong. Regardless kung tios o dai, botante o dai, basta nag-fill up kang household intake sheet. Sigon sa ginibong update ni Mr. Allen Riondanga, kang third wave gabus-ubos rice assistance as of 5 p.m. yesterday, April 13, 2020, igwa ning 22,208 na sakong bagas ang binakal para sa 251,874 na tao natatawan ning bagas. Asin, igwana ning 152,289 o igwana ning 60% na ang natawan. May 17 na pong barangay ang nakatapos sa pag-distribute, asin may 10 pa na ongoing. Iyo po ini ang 10 pang barangay: Bagong Bayan Sur, Calawag, Cararayan, Carolina, Concepcion Grande, Concepcion Pequeña, Dayangdang, Peña Francia, San Felipe, and Triangulo. Alagad, may mga tao po na daiman nagkukonsumo nin bagas. Iyan ang satuyang mga kaakian. Ang mga infant, o ito pong 0 to 6 months, iyan itong nasa exclusive breastfeeding. Pero itong 7 to 12 months, pwede na po siyang magsuso ng gatas. As in, ang inaapod na infant, inaapod na young child. Ang young child po itong 1 year to 2 years old na aki. Sinda po gatas man ang kaipuhan. Gatas ang sa indang pagkakan. As in, kinakaipuhan man po ng vitamins para mas lalong magbaskog ang sa indang mga hawak. With this, Madam Chair and my dear colleagues, this representation would like to propose the inclusion of the purchase of milk for the infant 6 to 12 month old and young child 1 to 2 years old, and also its vitamins to the Bayanihan grant to cities and municipalities by the national government. Our city received 57,647,395, the equivalent to our 1-month era. Per data of our midwives in the 27 barangays of Naga, 1,158 number of infant 6 to 12 months old and 1,592 young child or 1 to 2 years old. With this, may I request for a 500,000 allocation for the purchase of milk as well as 350,000 for the purchase of vitamins. Hagad ko po ang suporta kang pag-iriba, taarog kang sinabi kang satuyang great leader and former Mayor Jesse Robredo. Ang tunay na yaman kang Naga, iyo ang mga Nagenyo. Asin iyan, nagpupuon sa mga kaakian. Mabuhay ang satong syudad, ang maugmang lugar kang satuyang mga kaakian. Thank you, Madam Chairman.
Thank you, Honorable Elmer Baldemoro. Anybody else? Okay, Honorable Delville Rosario.
Good morning, Madam Chair, to my esteemed colleagues. Nasa 14 aldaw na lang po kita bago matapos ang Luzon-wide enhanced quarantine. I appeal to citizens of Naga to help in the efforts of the city government and the national government. Mag-observe kang curfew, asin sa iba pang mga katukduan. Tangari pong ma-aresta ang possible na pag-spread kang coronavirus. Importante po ni lalo na sa mga barangay, nag-aapilar man kita sa mga membros kang mga law enforcement agencies na mas lalo pang paigtingon ang curfew o plansita, kasi di ba pang mga aksyon tangarig na mapaatan ta whatever na increase sa COVID. Pangadwa, Madam Chair, just before the Holy Week, kang nagtaoning bisikleta ang satuyang city government headed by Mayor Nelson Ligacion. May saro pong health worker dyan sa Bicol Medical Center na recipiente kang si bisikletang pigpasubli kang city government of Naga. Pauli siya dyan sa Kararayan, pag-abot niya dyan sa Balatas, para kururahawan kan si mga standby. Nagdadaradaning COVID, tinadawato para yaba-yaba, hirakpan kan si worker, kan si midwife, kan Bicol Medical Center. Pigurulain mi po ni Colonel Servita and Major Andalis kung ano ang pwedeng aksyon. Kaya ako po bilang membro kan sa Kunyang Palusod, propose na po ni and sana po pa-aprobahan mo niya na pagkaaga. Ini pong sarong proposed ordinance, an ordinance prohibiting any person from committing any act which causes stigma, disgrace, shame, humiliation, harassment, or otherwise discriminating against suspected, probable, or confirmed persons due to the coronavirus disease 2019, COVID-19, including doctors, nurses, health workers, emergency personnel, frontliners, volunteers, and service workers from both public and or private institutions, prescribing guidelines and imposing penalties for violations thereof. I could think na, and I believe that the other members also share the same sentiment that we have to strengthen protection to our frontliners and other health workers. Salamat po, Marina Aga sa Gabos.
Thank you, Honorable Del Rosario. Anybody else would like to avail of the privilege time? None. Next item.
Reading and approval of the order of business.
Honorable Valdemoro.
Madam Chair, may I move to dispense the reading of the order of business with the following inclusion. Item number 2, the special business or order, is a letter from the City Budget Officer and Acting City Administrator with a note from the City Mayor as urgent, a letter requesting for passage of an ordinance appropriating the amount of 57,647,395 to a special account in the general fund chargeable against the Bayanihan grant to cities and municipalities. Also, Madam Chair, as item number 3 is the matter of the privileged speech of the Honorable Joselito Del Rosario, the proposed ordinance prohibiting any person from committing any act which causes stigma, disgrace, shame, humiliation, harassment, or otherwise discrimination against suspected, probable, or confirmed person due to the coronavirus disease, including doctors, nurses, health workers, emergency personnel, frontliners, volunteers, and service workers. I so move for its approval, Madam Chair.
Any second? Okay. Agenda is approved. Next item.
Order of business, special business or order, the letter dated April 1, 2020 of the Honorable City Mayor requesting for authority to enter into a memorandum of agreement with the Department of Labor and Employment on the implementation of Tulong Panghanapbuhay sa ating displaced disadvantaged workers, #Barangay Ko, Bahay Ko, Tupad Disinfection Sanitation Project.
this is the, okay. Any motion for, kay Honorable Miles Arroyo?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Maybe just as clarification, so that it will be clear in our records, the beneficiaries or participants to this program, the TUPAD program, for Naga City, for example, how many persons can we enlist under this program? May we know?
Does anybody now have information as to this regard?
560 beneficiaries.
560.
560 beneficiaries. And how do we select? Is it the DOLE who will select who will be those who can be enlisted under the program?
Can we look at the MOA?
Yes.
Yung mga ano ka? Where is it?
The implementer, Madam Chair, as far as the city is concerned, is what agency? The SWD?
Dole.
The DOLE?
Dole and Metro Pesa, I think. Sa city
No, but we
ang-
don't have DOLE. Office of, as far as the city is concerned, what office?
Metro Pesa.
Metro
Metro
Peso?
Peso.
Metro Peso.
Metro Peso.
May we invite the personnel from Metro Peso, Madam Chair, so that we can be more enlightened, so that when we get asked also about this program, we would be able to answer.
Okay, can we defer this temporarily?
Yes, may I move for deferment temporarily.
Okay, this matter is deferred temporarily. Then kindly call the head of the Metro Peso, Mr. Jun Mongkoso. Next item.
The letter dated April 14, 2020, from the City Budget Officer and Acting City Administrator, marked as urgent by Honorable City Mayor, requesting for the passage of an ordinance appropriating the amount of 57,647,395 pesos to a special account in the General Fund chargeable against the Bayad Niyan grant to cities and municipalities to be utilized for COVID-19 related programs, projects, and activities, and expenses as provided for under Local Budget Circular 125 dated April 7, 2020.
Any motion? Honorable Miles Arroyo.
Clarification, Madam Chair. So, the mayor is requesting for the passage of an ordinance appropriating the amount of 57,647,395 chargeable against the Bayanihan grant to cities and municipalities to be utilized for COVID-19 related programs. The circular for that particular grant, Madam Chair, is already specific enough, so I don't think we have to put in detail what expenses will be charged
Okay.
against it. We can just say in accordance with the guidelines for the utilization, for the national guidelines issued for the utilization of this fund. So if there are no more questions, may I move for the passage of this ordinance on joint and collective motion, Madam Chair.
Joint and collection and before the approval, Honorable Del Castillo.
Madam Chair, since we are speaking of an appropriation ordinance, the purpose of expenditures should be detailed. What are those proposed expenditures? So that should be reflected, Madam Chair, in the ordinance itself. So for purchase of rice, 42,879,920 pesos. And the amount of 14,772,475 should also be specific in the appropriation ordinance. We cannot just leave it that way. It should be stated what's the nature of expenditures for the balance of 14.772 million pesos. Because as I've said, we are speaking here of an appropriation ordinance.
Okay, Honorable Baldemoro, can you answer the query of the Honorable Del Castillo?
Thank you, Madam Chair. First, before answering, Madam Chair, included in the request is the creation of a special account in the general fund solely for the BGCM. So kabali po dyan. So in the ordinance, Madam Chair, ibabalita po itong creation of the special account in the general fund. On my understanding, Madam Chair, the mayor already allocated the 42 million for the purchase of rice, and the remaining 14,000
14 million. 14 million.
14 million
Yeah.
will be the list that was requested to us. On my part, Madam Chair, my request is the allocation for the purchase of milk, 500,000, and the 350,000 for the vitamins. That's for the children. So,
Yeah.
if we will appropriate that, we should also consider the request of other colleagues, aside from the priority na pinag-ulayan po Kasubago, halimbawa itong sa testing kit or any other related to the COVID-19. So kita na po itong ma-breakdown.
If you
Yaon po ang
remember-
satuyang city administrator,
Yes.
he could input some details.
Yeah.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you,
Madam,
Honorable
that's why
Baltimore.
that's precisely my point, Madam Chair. That's why I suggest that, as pointed out by the Honorable Baldemoro, the first section in the ordinance should be the creation of a special trust
Trust
fund under the general fund for this Bayanihan grant to cities and municipalities. That will be the first, that should be section 1. And the other, the next section is the appropriation itself. Appropriation of the amount of 57,647,395 for
Purchase,
the following purposes. First, purchase of
rice.
22,000 bags or sacks of rice amounting to 42,879,920, and the other items is purchase of milk and vitamins for children, purchase of
Testing
medicine, and other needs
Yes.
to answer for this health emergency. And that should be spelled out in the ordinance, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Del Castillo.
Thank you, Madam.
So on motion, on joint and collective motion, we approved, Honorable Baltimore, what's it?
Madam Chair, for clarification, we need the details of the remaining 14,772,475 since we will make an appropriation ordinance.
Okay, may we request the city budget officer or acting city administration? Rules is suspended as to the itemized.
First off, Madam Chair, I would like to correct that number. It's not 10,000 sacks, it's 10,200 sacks. Medyo nagmamadali lang kaya. So that's, ang amount po the same. Now, with regards to the proposal that we identify the details, ang condition ta po kaya, dapat maubos ta ni bago i-lift si state of calamity. Now, kung malag po kita ng specific amount, let's say for vitamins and medicines, let's say 500,000, baka dahil maubos o baka kumulang. O kaya malag kitang PPE, let's say 700,000, pwedeng dahil po maubos. What the executive would propose is that 14 million be allocated for identified expenditures without stating any specific amount for each item. Para po may flexibility. Tanganing, let's say, kung sobrado man si allocation sa PPE, pwede tang magamit sa vitamins. Nga di pong maubos ta ang total amount. Siguro po, itong sabi ni Councilor Buddy na so much amount for rice and so much amount in 14 million, siguro sabihin to na lang, for expenditures authorized under the local budget circular as enumerated under section whatever. Para po maubos ta, panduap may flexibility po sa executive.
Pwede mong ano. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Mendoza. Honorable Del Castillo.
I agree with the budget officer for purposes of flexibility and so that we can fully utilize this fund within the period granted or for the period that the local budget circular grant us to utilize this fund. We need more flexibility in the disbursement of this because otherwise, if we will not be able to fully utilize and pay all our obligations within the period, we will be returning whatever balance to the Bureau of the Treasury. So for flexibility, I agree that so long as it is within the
It's allowed.
ambit of the local budget circular, we can specify that in this proposed appropriation ordinance, Madam.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Del Castillo. Honorable Marcia Arroyo.
Chair, I just would like to state that that was my motion. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you. So, Honorable Baldemoro.
Yes, Madam Chair, I am seconding with the assurance that my inclusion be included. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you, Honorable and thank you, Mr. Mendoza. On joint and collective motion, ordinance is approved. Now, let's go back to item number 1, since Mr. Mongoso is already around. With regards, the rules is still suspended. With regards to the TUPAD project, the question of the Honorable Miles, can you
Yes
give
po.
us an
Morning.
Yes, on selection of participants, Madam Chair.
Disadvantaged or displaced workers po, pero ang punong barangays po ang ma-identify. Para po centralize kita kasi kung iba-iba, baka magkaigwang duplication, mas may problema po kita pag abot sa audit. And ini po, they will be working for only 4 hours, but they will get paid for 8 hours at the minimum wage na prevailing, which is 310 for 10 days. Tapos ang lilinigon man lang po ninda, si sa diri nindang harong, si sa indang lagwerta, saka si sa tinampong nasa atubangan ninda. Iyon man lang po yan. Si exposure po nga nililimit, kaya ginimbo lang 4 hours plus immediate vicinity kang beneficiary.
per barangay, pera?
Chair, ang under the guideline, ang lilinigon lang po ninda is itong palibot ninda.
Harong, sila og kang harong, si
And
palibot,
front
saka si
na natad.
tinampo.
Oh. Ang information ta, Madam Chair, igwang kayang pig-assign na ibang mga work ang mga barangay officials
May
duman sa
tatalsa
mga
ning
tupad
bagas.
beneficiaries like maghakot ng bagas,
Okay man po yan.
So,
Kaya
kaibanan
pwede
po
yan.
yan.
Okay po siya kung kinakaipuhan kang barangay, talagang kaipuhan man the fastest we can distribute, the better for them. Kasi ang totoo po, kaya makahirak na sinda. Nababashper ang mga kapitan
Iyo.
ang gusto magkaya kang tao pag sinabing insigida, makaputan, makahirak man talaga. Kasi iba po talaga pigtugutan na makatabang na
Sa alsa.
Okay.
para ma-fast track po.
So, ang
Ano po?
second question, Madam Chair, si beneficiaries na po kaini under tupad, daisin da kaibanan duman sa SAP?
Dahil na po. Kasi si
Oo.
sa SAP po, si poorest of the poor iyan, ini po, si mga disadvantaged workers.
Ito
Ini.
nawaraan yung mga trabaho.
Nanawara na halfboy. Si ito pong
Nawaraan yung mga trabaho.
no pay, no work, no pay.
Oh, ito mga job order.
Pero ulay ko yun din po yan ang beneficiaries kang SAP. Iyang mga no work, no pay na iyan ng mga beneficiaries, na mga residents.
Ang priority po kaya si mga poorest of the poor, pag displaced worker kaya, gusto sabihin, may income man iyan.
Oo.
Kaya lang, for the ECQ duration, nawaran sinda.
Pero kung tupad po sinda, tapos qualified sinda under SAP, makakabali man girari sinda sa SAP.
Dai po. Saro lang po.
Pero lang, mapili lang.
Mapili sinda kung saan sinda.
And that is the national guideline.
Yes po.
Mayo kita kayan mag-ibon, Madam Chair,
Yes.
because that's a national program.
Saka po si SASAP po will undergo evaluation pa kang DSWD.
Ini,
O bot sabihon,
recommendation.
mayong assurance na
Makakabali.
makakabali sinda.
Iyo po. Pero kung halimbawa, duman sa form, duman sa SAP form, kasi gabos ba kayan ma-fill up, di ba? Tapos i-evaluate kang DSWD kung kabali sinda or not. So
Apo.
kung sa evaluation kang DSWD kabali sinda, di kabali sinda.
Pag nag-avail lang po sinda ng tupad, dahil na sinda pwede.
So automatically, dahil na sinda
Dahil na po.
kabali
Iyan
dyan.
po ang nasa guidelines.
So, national guideline yan, Madam Chair, na baka dapat mag-resolution din kitang i-clarify ninda yan. Kasi kung qualified ka under SAP, nagtrabaho ka na nga ni, madi-disqualify ka lugod dahil
Iya po.
nagtupad ka. Dahil
Ang-
nagbalik ka duman sa tupad.
Ang difficulty po kaya, madam, is nainot nag-implement ang tupad. Bago po nagbaba si DSWD, si ibang agency, si DA, etc., naka-implement na po. Tapos kaya nagulo kita dahil may nagbabang biglang SAP na affected si mga ongoing ng mga activities ng mga workers.
So, may I just move, Madam Chair, na i-feedback na lang siguro yan sa, as
National.
implementors, i-feedback ta sa National DSWD, na dahil gustong sabihin nagbali sa tupad, automatic na disqualified kasi qualified beneficiaries sinda kadtong SAP. Nagtrabaho na lugod, na disqualified lugod dahil nagtrabaho, no?
Ang totoo po, I find difficulty na mag-explain talaga po sa beneficiaries. Kaya kami ngayon matrabaho 3,100. Si SAP ngayon mahalat lang 5,000.
1,000 yun talaga.
Ang iyo po yan si difficulty na encounter ko kan nagbaba si DSWD. Kaya may nagsarangli po mga lista kasi si iba nag-opt na lang na mag-SAP.
Nagarabo.
Dahil na ngayon kami mapagal, 5,000 pa makukuha kami. Pero ang sabi ko man sa inda po, makaman assurance kasi depende sa evaluation kang DSWD kung matataang ka o dahi. Kaya 5,000 or nothing yan. Unlike sa tupad, sigurado po.
Sinda. For 10 days.
Opo.
So maybe we can just give that feedback to the DSWD, Madam Chair. The difficulty of the implementor considering this matter. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Saka
Thank
po,
you,
in addition po, sa tupad po, we were already ordered to provide DSWD the list ng beneficiary sa
Para
tupad.
dahil na sinda makabali duman.
Yes po.
sa-
Kaya, I'm happy to say na sa initial na allocation po kang Naga is only 1 million. But because bumaba si SAP, si ibang munisipyo po, give up si allocation ninda.
Sabi niya,
Kaya from 1 million, ang makukuha na po is 1.875 million. Inabail ta po si hali sa iba. Gulpi pong
Nagabo sa mga...
tawo sa opisina firmi. Madasakat sa dol, maduman sa muya. Kaya kung pwede po si request kay ni Mayor, may figures and may amount, baka po i-blank na lang sa authority in terms of the beneficiaries, number of beneficiaries and total amount. Habang igwa pong nag-give up na municipality, gusto ko pong i-avail, tanganing mas dakol ang matabangan ta.
Okay, thank you, Mr.
Thank you po.
Munggo. Sa Honorable Beltran.
Thank you, Madam Chair. For clarification lang po, ito pong pigsasabing sa tupad saka po sa DOLE, na in case po na maubos na po itong SAC form para sa sarong barangay, ano po, pwede pa pong maka-avail si mga kwalipikadong poorest of the poor dyan po sa tupad saka po dyan po sa DOLE.
As long as po na may slot pa,
May slot.
pwede ta pong ipakiulay. Pero daig po kita makataong assurance kasi depende po nga sa unused na slots.
And panduwa po, ito pong sa tupad na na-submit mi na po, na inot na ipigtao po ni Congressman Gabi Bordado. Hali po kaya ito sa national na dahil na pwedeng baguhon po garo ito kang DSWD dahil po si pag-urulay mi po kaya kung ano po siya on duman sa guidelines na ipigbaba kang DSWD. Iyon na po ito ang dapat na sunodun mi. Kaya po nga ni sa parte mi pong mga punong barangay, mas grabe po ni yung stress na ini yung SAC amelioration pong iniyo na si bagas nga ni po, grabe ang pagtuyaw sa muya, maski grabe ang kapagalan mi, lalo na po ning 5,000 kas na ini, na ugwa na pong insidente na si Kapitana Carmona po piglulutaban sa atubangan katong sarong tao dahil dahil pwedeng makaresibi katong sack form. Asaro po yan sa mga inaatubang ning kadipisilan ngunya na panahon na ini. Salamat po.
Thank you, Honorable Beltran. Any other? Okay, Honorable Albios.
The Metro Peso Manager, kung as of today, how much po yung total allocation for Naga City for this TUPAD program?
1.875.
Opo. Si initial po na request ni Mayor is only for 560. But as of yesterday afternoon, nag-abot na po sa 605. Times 3,100, kaya si 1 million, naging 1,875,500 na. And still counting po, si mga munisipyo talaga sa hiling ko, masarap ito, mga qualified man, baka madagdagan po ang allocation.
Okay. Any other query? Okay, none?
Thank you po. Good morning.
Thank you, Mr. Mangoso. Okay, Honorable Miles Guidaroyo.
Then collective motion, Madam Chair. May I move for the passage of a resolution authorizing the city mayor to enter into memorandum of agreement with the Department of Labor and Employment for the implementation of the tulong panghanap buhay sa ating displaced or disadvantaged workers sa barangay. May I move on joint and collective motion?
Okay, approved. Next item.
The subject matter of the privilege speech of the Honorable Lucilito S. Rosario with the proposed ordinance, otherwise known as the Anti-COVID-19 Discrimination Ordinance of Naga City.
Honorable Del Rosario.
Good morning again, Madam Chair. I've distributed copies of the draft ordinance for our consideration today. Right now, Madam Chair, we have 895 persons being monitored. We had 4,000 plus PUMs before, and more than 3,000 were cleared. And we have now just 895, and 41 of these are in our quarantine facilities, in one elementary school and in a city-owned property in Pacol, and the other one in also in Pacol, Naga City. Again, Madam Chair, this proposed ordinance also carries with it the nomenclature being introduced by the Department of Health. From PUM, PUI, we have now suspected, probable, or confirmed persons. In Section 2, Section 3, there is a definition of terms there. This is from the Department of Health. And also, in the definition of terms, Madam Chair, we carry the word bullying, cyberbullying, health worker, frontliner. In Section 4, this is very important, the prohibited acts. So it shall be unlawful for any person, natural or juridical, one, to commit any act or utterance which cause or tend to cause stigma, disgrace, humiliation, harassment, or otherwise discriminating a person who is a suspect, probable, or confirmed with COVID-19, including health workers or frontliners. To commit bullying or subject to cyberbullying, a person who is suspect, probable, or confirmed with COVID-19. Letter C, to publicly claim, post on social media, spread, or announce, other than those authorized by the DOH, by the Interagency Task Force, and by the IMT Naga City, to make announcement that a person is a suspect, probable, or confirmed with COVID-19, whether or not the same has been confirmed or validated by the authorized proper health officials. Letter D, I am proposing that we also penalize as a prohibited act refusal or failure to give assistance to a person who is a suspect, probable, or confirmed with COVID-19, those who are intending to return to their respective residences. Letter E, in case of filing of case, to retaliate against a person who reports acts in violation of this ordinance, and one who provided information or evidence. Letter F, to cause the loss of the legal right to residence of a medical or any frontliner or a suspected, confirmed, or probable case of COVID-19 due to discrimination or any other unlawful reasons. Letter G, this pertains to, Madam Chair, to the restriction to travel. Refuse entry to his barangay, city, or zone of an individual mentioned in this ordinance, except those restrictions being enforced under the ECQ. Possible layoff or early retirement, whether directly or indirectly in the guise of forced retirement. This is letter I, pertains to schools or the students to refuse admission, expulsion, segregation, imposition, or harsher disciplinary actions, or denial of benefits, services of a student or prospective student, except where segregation is mandated by the government to prevent further spread of the disease. Letter J, forcible eviction and prohibition of the entry of individuals in business establishments, and concomitantly the denial of service thereto, and other acts analogous to this. In Section 5, this is very important. How do we handle complaints? This representation, Madam Chair, is proposing that the reporting should be made under the IMT by a victim, and all the circumstances be relayed thereto, and the IMT Naga City shall immediately refer this to the CLO. And the city legal officer shall conduct investigation on submitted written documents which contain facts and circumstances and evidences, and conduct interview, and assist the victim in filing the necessary case in the proper court. The CLO shall also entertain the IMT forwarded anonymous complaints only of substantial information or evidence of warrant based on existing laws and regulations. For this purpose, I've stated there our COVID hotlines in the city of Naga. As to the penalties, Madam Chair, I'm proposing that on the first offense, without prejudice to other penalties that may be imposed under applicable laws and regulations, first offense, a fine of 3,000 and imprisonment of 2 months. Second offense, a fine of 4,000 and the imprisonment of 4 months. And third offense, a fine of 5,000 and imprisonment not exceeding 6 months. These are all based on the discretion of the court. Section 7, Madam Chair, discusses the very important role of the IMT and the CEPIO. We heard this morning the information from the city mayor that there is some sort of backtrack from the DOH na itong mga information from the patients should only be directed to the DOH. So whether nag-backtrack ang DOH or not, we have laid down here the very important role of the CEPIO as far as information dissemination. To cover DOH Administrative Order 2020-013, mandating the new classification of COVID-19 patients. For the CEPIO to communicate the necessary risk or lack of risk from associations with products, people, and places to inform the public and guide them in making informed decisions. Kasi Madam Chair, may mga PUM kita na nagparairikot kung sain-sain. Ngunyan, para maintindihan, dapat mailatag ng maray na very clearly na baka dahil man sila apektado. Otherwise, nag-create inining anxiety naman sa mga tao. And let there be the accuracy of the information to be rolled out by the CEPIO. So with this, Madam Chair, this representation is now open to accept whatever suggestions from the colleagues, my other colleagues.
Any comments of the Honorable Del Castillo?
First, on the definition of terms, I believe the definition of terms for the word health worker is too restrictive. It does not include our midwives, our barangay health workers in the definition. So it's just limited to public and private doctors, nurses, hospital and clinic aides, and laboratory technicians. They are also health workers, Madam Chair, those who are working in the barangay level. So I believe that it should also be included in the definition of terms. Because we do not know that some might be discriminated upon on the nature of the work right now. So if the proponent is agreeable, I am suggesting that that should be included, Madam Chair.
This representation is amenable, Madam Chair, to the suggestion of Councilor Del Castillo to also expand the, to include barangay health workers. Barangay health workers.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Madam Chair. On the next observation of this representation, Madam Chair, as far as the prosecution of those offenders is concerned, we know that as of now, the courts are not open, including the prosecution service. So, have an apprehension in the filing, in the fact-finding investigation to be conducted, in the filing of the appropriate charges in court. Because as stated in Section 5, letter B, assist the victim in the case with the proper court. So we have to file a case in court, and there is, we know the essence of due process. It will take time to prosecute cases in court. So it will affect the provisions on the penalties, because we cannot determine a second offense, a subsequent offense, unless the person being charged is found guilty of the first offense, and so on. So yan ang medyo apprehension ko, Madam Chair, because at this point in time, they functional ang mga courts, they functional ang prosecution service. So, ano sa pigiling di, Madam Chair, all this will happen after the lifting of the enhanced community quarantine. What are the ano si guarantee na it will be prosecuted even after the ECQ?
Okay, Honorable Len Rosario, can you answer that?
Thank you, Madam Chair. This representation is full aware that courts are not regularly functional or functioning as of this moment because of issuance of the Supreme Court. Although there are instances where electronic filing can be admitted. So I am amenable to expand the fact-finding and documentation, especially on number 2 and the assistance. Madam Chair, ako po nagtutubod na even beyond the ECQ, magkapadagos ang dahil po ang pigihiling kang ordinansa lang na ngunyan lang, but even beyond. Kasi lalo na ngunyan, Madam Chair, kung madagos itong pigsasabi kang DOH na pag-reclassify and pag-made public kang si mga pangaran, si latest issuance. Kaya nga ni, grabe po akong bigbago igdi sa ordinansang ini. Just this morning, kadakol pa akong because of the issuances. So, I'm looking, this representation is looking at, looking beyond the lifting of the ACQ. Pero the most important thing here, Madam Chair, is that we lay down the necessary infrastructure, the necessary grievance procedures and mechanisms. Tangari po kaigwa maning pagkakataon itong mga na-agree na may madumanan na kanya. Thank you, Madam Chair. I am amenable to expand further as suggested by Councilor Del Castillo, Madam Chair.
Yeah. And one last observation, Madam Chair. We know that when an ordinance imposes a fine or penalty under Supreme Court jurisprudence, it should be published And medyo may kuyan ako sa effectivity kaning ordinance, Madam Chair, because of that jurisprudence na dapat i-publish mo and will take effect 15 days after publication. So yan si medyo ko yan. Unless in these times of emergency, that law or jurisprudence can be waived. Yan lang si sa kuyang apprehension, Madam Chair. Because I support this ordinance, but I'm just voicing my apprehension on the procedures, and second on the effectivity of this ordinance if ever this will be passed by this body. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Councilor Badi. Lately, we already passed yung ordinance on using of the mask, and it's now being implemented in the city. It also carries provisions on so it took effect immediately. So siguro by the urgent nature of this case, as a legislative body, we can pursue naman Madam Chair. Thank you.
Okay, Honorable Mike Secretario.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Actually, last week, I think that was Wednesday, I received a similar ordinance requesting for adoption in our Sanggunian. I'm still studying it, and I was thinking of filing it next week. Kasi pag i-sponsor ta kaya, kita na ang ma-defend ka iyan, whether it really originated from us directly or not. But I believe in the need for urgency to approve this ordinance. Kung klaro man sa tuya ang mga terms na rayaon digdi, ang concern ko lang, Madam Chair, bako lang ang ordinance, kaya dapat igwa siyang ang effect niya should not be just confined within a particular period of time. Ang arog ka ining klaseng ordinance. So, baka rather than mag-focus lang kita sa coronavirus, sa COVID-19, baka and all other infectious diseases na dapat di kita nagdi-discriminate. Tangarig ang effectivity or ang efficacy kang sarong ordinansa would really answer to all circumstances falling under that particular classification. Iyan sa iba, garop pinaka-primero kong reaction kang naka-receive ako ng arog kaning draft ordinance na asking me to sponsor it, na pag mapos po kitang ordinance, bako lang response, bako lang reactive permi kita. So, if the author would agree, baka ipa next week tatabi ini Councilor Del Rosario, if you could expand the coverage na bako lang siyang coronavirus or COVID-19 but all infectious diseases. Oo. Yes. So, tangarig mas wide ang scope kan sa tuyang ordinance, bako lang reactive sa situation. And duman sa comment about mayo kitang mga courts ngunyan, bako din siyang reason para di kita mag-pass ka mga ordinances na needed. So, it has to be passed. Duman po sa effectivity, maski po kaya nakalaag ta dyan effective upon approval, if an ordinance is regulatory, it has to be published. So, aram po yan kan sa tuyang secretary. Otherwise, di po yan magiging effective. So, maski di po nakalaag dyan sa effectivity clause na dapat ipublish, ipapublish po yan so that it will be an effective ordinance.
Okay,
Thank you, Madam.
Honorable Arroyo. Are you agreeable that this...
Yes, I'll submit the expanded copy of the proposed ordinance, Madam Chair, next session to cover the items discussed. Thank you, Councilor Miles, that we can pass this, and this could be immediately effective and be used by the authorities that are implementing. As to the first item, we only add the praise and other epidemic or other na pwedeng mag-crop up. So I'll just add from the COVID virus disease 2019 and other and other possible that would crop up. I received, Madam Chair, I received a copy of that, but I disregarded it because iba man ang perspective tayo sa Naga. So pag iniling mo, Councilor Miles, pag iniling mo, very different ini naman sa na-receive ta because pig-localized ang maraining kuya na ni. Nagpapasalamat mangani ko naman sa nagpa. Number 2, Madam Chair, ako po ang pagmati ko, malilip na ang quarantine by end of April because of the economic impact. So, ako po nagtutubod na mas lalong pakusugunta si mga pigre-request sa ang gobyerno and matabangan ta ang sa yung mga agencies sa pag-implement. And one way of doing it, kita sa legislatura is to pass the necessary ordinance. Aram ko man pong makairiba man kita dyan. And ako nagtutubod na dahil na dapat magpara lawig pa ang ECQ, taga-kabilang tama kanin sa tuya, and we assist our instrumentalities in offices sa pag-implement kang whatever na gibunta. So thank you, Councilor Miles and Councilor Buddy, for the enlightenment. Rest assured that I'll expand this based on the observations of our good two lawyers. By the way, Madam Chair, I miss my colleague Oying and Councilor Bidad. Tayo ni ang mga parakantsaw sa kuyang duwang ini. Mayo si duwang ko niyan. Aram ko man na nagdadalan sila niya na pagka. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you, Del Valdero Saya. So this is deferred to be taken up next session. Honorable Valdemoro.
Move for
break.
recess, Madam Chair.
Yes, it's already 11:15. Break. Break. Dahil na, isa-serve na lang. Ay na. Joseph, pakisabi na. na si Hill. Session resume. Next item, Honorable Del Rosario.
Madam Chair, may I seek reconsideration of other disposition? I would like to request that we go back to the item that we discussed before we took a break. Upon consultation with our esteemed lawyers, I'd like to, this representation is committed to further improving and the coverage of this proposed ordinance. Councilor Mice is saying that we also put an provision to provide adequate measure for our law enforcement agencies, and I will be taking cognizance of that. With this, Madam Chair, this representation would like to ask that we approve this on second reading, subject to the modifications that will be presented in the final draft of the ordinance. So with this, Madam Chair, I move that we approve on second reading the proposed ordinance.
Okay, approved.
Thank you,
Next
Madam
item.
Chair.
Mr. Nani Soron of ESO requesting for a resolution approving the charging of unsettled obligations for calendar year 2020 budget
Buwan talaga po pa din.
of the ESO.
Ayan. Ano yan? Deferred? Okay, this matter is deferred. Next item.
The report of the Committee on Games and Amusement.
Honorable Ranyola. Makulog sa ano to?
Of this
Your report is acknowledged.
report, there was only one topic discussed. Letter dated February 14, 2020 of Mr. Frederick H. Santa Maria, Villa Cáceres Hotel Bingo Boutique Manager, requesting for renewal of authority to operate Bingo Boutique located at second floor of Villa Cáceres, Magsaysay Avenue, Naga City. May I go directly to the disposition, Madam Chair. On motion of Honorable Labunal, duly seconded, the body resolved to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod for the passage of a resolution granting for the approval of the request for renewal of franchise of Villa Cáceres Bingo Boutique, Magsaysay Avenue, Naga City, from June 18, 2020 until June 18, 2023. And further resolved for the Secretariat to notify Palladio Leisure and Development Corporation, operator of e-bingo at Robinson Palace, to present to the SP Secretariat the Mayor's permit to operate. I so move.
Any second? Approved.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Ranyola. Next item.
The report to the Committee on Youth and Sports Development.
Honorable Kylie Trifulca.
May I move for the acknowledgement of my report, Madam Chair?
Okay,
There are two items. First is the proposed ordinance authored by this representation entitled an ordinance establishing a system for the annual Naga Inter-Barangay Sports Fest with guidelines and penalties and appropriating funds therefore. May I move to the disposition, Madam Chair?
proceed.
On motion of Honorable De Rosario and jointly seconded by Honorable Rosales and Honorable Beltran, the body resolved to recommend to the Sangguniang Panlungsod for the approval of the passage of the proposed ordinance establishing a system for the annual Naga Inter-Barangay Sports Fest with guidelines and penalties and appropriating funds therefore.
Okay, remarks from the Honorable Baldemoro.
Madam Chair, good morning. With the indulgence of the SK Federation, I am a member of the committee, but I was absent during its deliberation. So may I request, Madam Chair, to defer this matter and be calendared on the next regular session for some suggestion.
Okay, Honorable Vulca.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
So the disposition of this is to calendar it next session.
Next regular session. Second item, Madam Chair, first endorsement dated November 12, 2019 of His Honor the City Mayor. The city endorsing Barangay Ordinance number 2018-003 series of 2018, providing for a comprehensive youth welfare and development code in Barangay Igualdad, and other purposes, and providing funds therefore. Disposition, Madam Chair. On motion of Honorable Rosales and duly seconded by Honorable Beltran, the body resolved to return back the matter to the Committee on Laws and Ordinances, which had previously deliberated on it.
Okay, any second?
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Trifulca. Next item.
The letter dated February 28, 2020, of the Commission on Audit, submitting the audit observation memorandum number 2020-008 on the deficiencies of Naga River Rehab and Development Fund of the
Bako
City
itong
of
City Kaliship Naga. Item number 4. Item number 4. Item number 4 munaan baka. City Kaliship Naga. Di ini.
The correct yan ang agenda niya.
Correct ka. Okay. Okay, Honorable Del Rosario.
Madam Chair, I think these two items, items 4 and 5, both coming from the COA observations and findings. I think we just asked the concerned officers to submit yung written comment nila. Kasi I think, Madam Chair, discussing this in the middle of crisis is not
Timely.
not healthy. Kaya siguro, Madam Chair, we defer and we ask na lang the comments of yung concerned personnel igdiyo. Then from there, siguro after the crisis, saka na lang. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay, okay, Honorable Del Castillo.
I believe that for now, we just request for a written explanation from the officers concerned and calendar this after normalcy of our situation now. Right now, dahil man yan maasikaso kan si mga opisinang concerned, most probably after the lifting of the ECQ sa kayan asikaso, Madam Chair, and after we receive the written explanation, that will be the time that we will calendar those items in our calendar of business. Yeah. So we'll just wait for the report, the written report, before we calendar it.
So deferred that item number 4 and 5 deferred until after the yes. Okay, Honorable Baldemoro, are you raising your hand?
Thank you, Madam Chair. We are through, Madam Chair. Before the nominal voting, may I request for a reconsideration to the order of business by including as item number 4 of the special business order an ordinance appropriating the amount of 690,000 chargeable against the donation of CSWD to financial assistance.
Okay. Approved. Dahil may kakag siya, no?
Ayun po.
Item number 4.
Okay, ito na.
On joint and collective or?
Yes, madam.
On joint and collective.
Kung ano po.
Okay, Honorable Del Castillo.
Understand is the motion of Honorable Baldimoro is just for the inclusion first in our calendar of business.
Oh, yes, for the inclusion.
Not yet for the
The approval.
approval of the proposed ordinance.
Okay, so
Thank you.
are there any remarks regarding the inclusion? Honorable Del Rosario.
Chair, I second the motion for the inclusion in the SBO. However, Madam Chair, I have requested Councilor Baldimoro to increase the amount para makadagdag pa naman sa ano. And I think it's amenable.
The proposal, Madam Chair, is the 1-month allocation and then the aid to the barangay, the financial assistance to the barangay, which is 5,000 each. However, the mayor added, so it now become 10,000. So 270,000 plus 420,000. So the total is 690,000, Madam Chair.
690.
Yes, Madam Chair. So may I move, Madam Chair, for its approval?
Okay. So any second? The inclusion was already approved. So another motion is the appropriation ordinance. Okay, seconded by Honorable Del Rosario. Okay.
Another, Madam Chair, since we didn't have a regular session last week, if the body agrees that the next regular session will be on April 17, kung okay po kita.
April 17? Okay, on Friday.
That's Friday, Madam Chair.
Okay, April 17.
And the next is 21 and 28. So, balik po kitang Tuesday.
Okay. And
To complete po our
the
four
fourth
regular
regular
session.
session. So next session will be on April 17 and then April 21 and 28
8.
to complete the 4 sessions. Honorable Del Castillo? Costume,
Just a query.
ordinary.
The appropriation of
690.
what I understand is that the 270,000 of which will be
SP.
financial assistance to the 27 barangays at 10,000 pesos each. What about the balance of 420? What will be the nomenclature of the appropriation?
That pwedeng pag-urulayan ng ganun.
Yeah, that's why I'm inquiring on the nature of the appropriation. No question about the first 270,000, but I'm referring to the
balance.
balance of 400, the bigger amount of 420,000 pesos.
Okay, Honorable Baldimoro? You.
Yeah, because that will be reflected in the appropriation ordinance.
We will discuss this during lunchtime. The itemized, yes. Honorable Baldimoro will
Yeah. So with that, we'll not be adjourning this session. We'll just take a break so that we can resume
won't adjourn.
after lunch break. Because if we will adjourn the session,
So
that will
just
be
take
taken
a
up
break.
during the next regular session.
Okay, so we'll just take a break.
So that all members of this body will be apprised of the other half of the proposed appropriation, Madam Chair. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Honorable
Thank
Del
you.
Castillo. Honorable Marcia Quitarroyo.
It has to be finalized in the session. It has to be discussed. I understand, I believe that the intention was to, that the allocation is charged against the fund with DSWD.
Yes.
The intention, Madam Chair, is also for response to COVID, but if it will go through the usual process of AIX under DSWD, there are limitations in terms of amounts and the documentation that are required. If we will term it as financial assistance to barangays, then I
No
think
need.
yes, I think there's no limitation on the amount that we may give, and the documentation would just be received by the barangay.
Yes.
So I think that's the intention, Madam Chair, so that there can be more flexibility in terms of the assistance that we will give to the barangays.
Yes. Yan po ang pagkaintindi ko,
Yes,
man.
that's
Kasi bago nagurulay kita. So, I was wondering why we still have to itemize the said appropriation. Mayo na, oo. Dahil na kita Because if we charge kay bang pina-charge na sa AX, we still need mga mga receipts, may mga ano pa. So,
Madam Chair,
Honorable Valdemoro.
I already explained to Councilor Del Castillo. So we now go to the nominal voting.
Okay. Nominal voting.
For the nominal voting, Madam Chair, may I move that all the approved resolution and ordinance be transferred to nominal voting and approve the same.
Any second? Group. Next
Motion to
item.
adjourn, Madam Chair.
Any second? Okay. Okay, and before the adjournment, Honorable Del Castillo.
Earlier, if we will adjourn this regular session, that ordinance which is still hanging will not be included. It might be that we, if it's necessary to have
I think-
executive session,
I
that
think
would
the
be fine.
Honorable Arroyo have already explained.
Because I believe that all the members of this council, of this body, should understand what's happening, what will happen on that 420,000.
Honorable Valdemoro, I thought you already talked to the Honorable Del Castillo.
So, Madam Chair, I am withdrawing my motion for the adjournment.
Yeah, we'll just take a recess.
May I move for a break, Madam Chair?
Okay. Break. Ano ta kaipuhan pa?
Duma na lang.
Okay, final motion, Honorable Valdemoro.
Madam Chair, the matter was already settled, so May I again move for its approval.
Okay, second. Next item.
For the nominal voting, Madam Chair, may I move again that all the approved resolution and ordinance be transferred to nominal voting and approve the same.
Okay, any second?
Motion to adjourn, Madam Chair.
Any second? Adjourn. Adjourn.